charming collections of poetry, including When He Leaves You, You'll Come Back to Yourself, Please Love Me at My Worst, and Poems for the Signs. Michaela lives in Kitchener, Ontario, with their dog, Bia. You can find her at local coffee shops, her favorite wine bar, or in her backyard looking up at the moon. Please give a round of applause and your undivided attention to Michaela.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. First of all, hi. Say hi. I just want to thank May for inviting me to speak here today. It's so awesome to see everyone gathered to celebrate International Women's Day. So today I'm going to be reading from two of my more recent books, and then I wrote a little thing last night about what International Women's Day means to me, so I'll be sharing that with you too. Let me just put this mic in here so I can open the books. Struggle. Okay, so these first few poems are from my fourth book, Poems for the Signs. It's a collection of poetry about healing and healing generational trauma, dating, relationships, and I separated it into the 12 zodiac signs because I'm very into astrology. So the two poems I'm going to read today are from the Aquarius section because my grandmother was an Aquarius, so I feel like it kind of goes with the theme of healing those patterns. And they're really short, so you don't have to clap after each one. You can snap if you want. I will be the last woman in my family to be used as a pincushion, a mirror, a reflection of a man's wounds. Yeah, thanks. And this is one about ending generational cycles. I took a thread, promised it I would get better, weaved it between my two front teeth, gagged it down, swallowed till it reached my stomach. I can suture 100 years of open wounds, women bleeding from the inside, a family of good girls. The more I speak, the more they hear, the more I heal, the more pain becomes love. It ends with me. Thanks, guys. These next ones are from my newest book, There's Room for All of You Here. I published it in April of last year, and it's kind of about my journey discovering my queerness and being in my first queer relationship, and also reconciling with my family through that, and kind of finding love within myself through that. This first one is about kind of realizing that even though I'm the first openly queer person in my family, I'm probably not actually the first queer person in my family. Is it self-sabotage if it's in my DNA? Women hiding for generations. All I hear is 100-year-old echoes of, it's not safe to be yourself. We can be brave now, I scream back. We can trust ourselves, I scream back. We can love who we love, I won't stop screaming. This is a very short one about consent, which I thought consent feels very relevant for International Women's Day. When you whispered, can I? My heart skipped a beat. No one else ever asked. No one else ever cared if I said yes. And this one is about kind of the ways that being in a relationship and viewing myself through someone else's eyes makes me feel more resonance with my mother. I have a complicated relationship with my mother, which I feel like a lot of young people can relate to. And this is kind of, the more I learned about myself through my relationship, the more I kind of gained empathy for her. Falling in love makes me feel like I'm in my mother's body. When I look down, I see her hands. When I look in the mirror, I hear her voice in my head. Feelings of unworthiness are so loud, hyper-independence screaming at me. How could she teach me how to rely on someone when she never could? How could she show me what it feels like to be safe when she never was? This last one is a little bit of a happier one because today I feel like I wasn't too depressing, but generally I'm kind of sad. I hope you create moments for yourself in every day. I hope you take deep breaths of fresh air. I hope you remind yourself you're alive. I hope you love. I hope you realize there are so many things in this life to be in love with. I hope you cherish yourself as much as your relationships. I hope you don't treat love like it's a secret. I hope you shout it from the rooftops. I hope you witness all the parts of yourself. I hope you hug your inner child as often as you can. I hope you remember that your purpose in life is to enjoy living. I hope you know that being yourself is enough. I hope you say no to the things that want to hold you back. I hope you feel free. And most of all, I hope you find peace. And lastly, I'm just going to share my little note on what International Women's Day means to me. When I think of International Women's Day, I think of every experience in my life. I think of getting honked at on the sidewalk at 15, getting followed to the gym at 16. I think of what I used to think being a woman meant and what it means to me now. I think that though I was born female and raised as a girl, and I feel a kindredness with women and like part of the sisterhood, talking about periods at recess and first crushes, and learning to paint my nails, and learning how to say no, and learning how to interrupt when I'm being interrupted, and wearing pink to the Barbie movie, part of me does not. Part of me feels like hanging on a string outside of man and woman, not quite fitting either, not quite ever fitting in. I guess that's why they call it non-binary. But as I continue on my own exploration of gender, I realize what a privilege it is to feel safe and have the means to do that. And on this International Women's Day in particular, though I'm thinking about my own journey, I'm mainly thinking about the women and girls in Palestine. I think about the more than 9,000 women who were killed in the last 5 months. I think about Sarah, who shared on Twitter that her cousin got her first period while living in a tent because she's been forcibly displaced, and how her mom spent 2 days looking for pads and painkillers because supplies that we take for granted are being blocked from them. And I think about 25-year-old Lisa and 22-year-old Bastia and 7-year-old Cedra and 6-year-old Hank and the thousands of women and girls whose names I don't know who aren't safe or alive today. International Women's Day means to me that I wish I could do more and I wish we were all doing better. Thank you.
Thank you so much for Matilda for sharing your poetry with us. And we are so happy that you have joined us and that you want to share your words and experience with us. Everyone, please give Michaela a round of applause. Thank you. And hi everyone, my name is Shan. And for the rest of the event, you are all invited to connect with other community organizations, engage with our activities, and wait for prize draw. Whoa! And we encourage you to meet at least one new person today and find out why International Women's Day is important to them. And of course, it is important to everyone, right? Have a nice day. Enjoy, everyone.